Hello again, I am Blunty, and I was up in the wee hours of yesterday, or is it the day before now? Things are getting blurry with the time. Anyway, I was up very early for the dark hour start of the beta for Newworld, had a blast, streamed it for 12 hours straight, and the only thing that stopped me was exhaustion and hunger, and when I fixed that by having a bit of a rest and a snack, I went back to it for several more hours, and on day one I left the game to go to bed and I was at level 18, and I wasn't even trying to hardcore level that hard. I was just so absorbed into the game. I was just having a blast and didn't want to stop until I was literally too tired. And I'm probably going to do a similar thing today, including streaming some more of it as well off the regular stream schedule. So if you're interested, make sure you give a follow at twitch.tv/bluntnate, because that's where I'll be. So we've talked about the cash shop a couple times. Number one, well, there was a big controversy a few months ago when some poorly worded patch notes got people a bit panicked, and we talked about it again just before the launch of the beta to try and dispel some fear, uncertainty of doubt and lies people were spreading, and wild conjecture, and just you know, baiting, basically. Just drama baiting. Just trying to drama farm. But now we have the beta, and there is a cash shop in the beta. You can't spend any real cash, of course, but they've given us some pretend cash to sort of have a play and be able to buy some stuff that they put in the cash shop as samples, as examples of what we can expect there to be in the game at launch. So let's have a look, and let's see how much of this feels pay to win, how much of it feels... I mean, we have no idea how much this stuff costs at the moment because, like I said, they've given us 25,000 New World money units. I'm not even sure what they're going to call them. Gold chiplets or something, I don't know. It's a weird little oddly shaped coin. Whatever it is. 25,000 of those to play with in the sample cash shop, basically. So on the featured deals page, we've got a Runic Jackal bundle, which is a bundle of armor skins. And armor skins are pretty predictable. Same with weapon skins. It was an easy guess that these were coming, and these look pretty good. Most importantly, they don't look out of place, and they also look fairly equivalent to several of the other fancier weapons and armor pieces you can wind up obtaining through loot drops or through crafting in the game. So they don't look out of place. They're just unique items that might appeal to you, and therefore buy them. I'm perfectly okay with that. Zero issues from what we've seen so far. I very much hope we don't fall down the path of getting skins that look like popular streamers or, basketball stars. I don't see that happening, but it happens in some games that are less thematically focused, shall we say. But I don't think that's going to be an issue here. I think we're going to stick with pretty much thematically appropriate stuff. There seems to be some sort of PvP battle going on around me right now, behind the scenes there. Consumables. There's a worry. Selling consumables in the cash shop? Well, the consumables are dyes. At least so far. I doubt whether they're going to be selling like packs of health potions and stuff like that. That seems a bit like it would get on people's nerves. I think they're aware of that. But dyes, further customization. These are just so you can customize the stuff you've already got. I'm okay with this as far as selling consumables go, because dye crafting in the game can be a bit of a pain in the ass. I did some of that in the preview last year. They fiddled with it a bit, but it still can be a bit of a pain in the ass to do it yourself or to find a crafter with enough skills in cooking to make the dyes and etc, etc. So I think I'm okay with selling dyes as consumables. I'd be a little bit more okay if they were exclusive colors or shades, for example. What do you think is better? Selling dyes you can get in-game or selling dyes you can't get in-game? What feels fairer to you? I think fairer to the crafters would be stuff you can't get in-game. If the crafters can't make it, then they can't sell it on the in-game shop for in-game gold. So I think probably we're going to wind up with special, unique colored dyes in here. Probably going to get dyes as Twitch drops as well, I imagine. Or Twitch Prime bonuses and things like that. That kind of stuff is fairly common for Twitch Prime drops and things like that. I imagine at launch we're probably pretty much guaranteed a Twitch purple dye, at least, right? Although one of the factions is purple by default, so would that be unfair to the other factions? The Syndicate people get the special purple Twitch dye? I don't know. Emotes, of course. We knew that was coming. That's a pretty obvious thing. There's only one in the sample shop, which is an arm flex. Why an arm flex isn't part of the default emote packs, I don't know. I think it should be, really. Every game needs an arm flex or some sort of flex. this is if I'm going to spend real money on this game, it's probably where I'm going to spend it. In past games, Phantasy Star and Dauntless, for example, and things like that, when I have spent real money in a game, it's very often on things like emotes, because I like to express a bit of my personality. And if I can have an emote that's a little bit rarer, that says something about who I am, what my attitude is in the game, just to stand out a little bit when I'm sitting idle, things like that, I like having that kind of stuff. How you feel about it? Let me know. I'm sure you already are. Then we've got armor skins and weapon skins, right, because they're just the repeats of what was on the feature page, of course, but now they're listed individually here. There'll be more launched, presumably. Housing items. This is where I get a bit worried. Can't be pay to win, because there's nowhere to win by having a best house, unless you put particular value in one thing that happens. So we've got a little chromal tiger here, which is a big rainbow tiger. We don't seem to have a close-up. I imagine this is where a close-up picture should be, but this is a placeholder image, apparently. I don't know whether it's a bug or they just haven't finished polishing up the storefront yet, whatever it is. But housing items. Decorations, basically. I doubt whether they'll sell furniture in here. They may sell special furniture, but again, furniture is something that's crafted, so probably want to keep furniture out of here as good as possible so the crafters don't feel hard done by. But decorative items, again, to express your personality. Now, the thing with this is it's instanced housing in town. So every town has a limited supply of houses, obviously. But you can buy your own house in any town, and the way they do with that is multiple people can own the same house. They just, when you walk inside an instance, basically. But the house with the highest rating usually indicate, I think they're calculating it based on which is the fanciest, basically. And how they calculate which is the fanciest and coolest is by assigning points to certain high-level decorations. So the more trophies you have, the more fancy furniture you have, the more likely you are to be the top home, and therefore the one that people can see when they're in the town. So they don't have to, you don't have to be invited. You can just have a look in. Kind of a flex, basically. It's not, there's no winning unless winning is, I've got the best house. Hooray! Look at me. Look at my enormous e-penis. So I don't know whether stuff like the chromal tiger is going to count towards that. Is it going to count towards more than any other decoration, like other decoration you can craft and things like that? We'll have to wait and see on that, but that seems a bit weird to me, having that in there, depending on how they calculate who's got the best house and how many people actually care about that. As far as the item itself, a big, bright rainbow tiger. It feels out of place a little bit. I don't know. Feels weird. But then again, no one's going to see it unless they come to your house, so who cares? If you're going to whine about breaking your immersion by having a great big rainbow tiger in decorative on your porch in your house, then you might have deeper problems as far as I'm concerned. Company crests. Another one I'm perfectly fine with. Again, it's a bit like emotes in that it's a personal expression, except this time it's for companies. So when you make a company, or guild in other games they're often called, but here they're called companies, you have a crest, and your crest is a backing shape, like a flag or a banner and stuff like that. So there's different shapes and colors of that, and a logo. Again, much like many other games that have a similar system in the game, like Dauntless, again, that has a similar thing with you can personalize your own little flagstaff thing. Same kind of deal. So selling more unique icons for that feels pretty good. Again, I expect we'll probably get some of these from Twitch drops and things like that as well. Who knows? I would love to be able to apply these to like a shield as well, just so you could show them off individually in the world and things like that. I think that'd be fun. But either way, perfectly okay with selling these in the cash shop. I'm not sure whether this is representative of the price we're going to pay, but that seems pretty cheap. We don't know what these coins equate to, but in real money terms, but 5,000 of these, I don't know, what do you reckon? $5, $7? Would you pay that for a pack of icons you can use to make your guild seem a bit more unique? I would. It's a once-off cost. Guild tends to stay for long. You're not like you're going to buy these every week. I think that's fine. And for my guild, or the guild I'm playing with, at least in the beta, who seem like a good group of people so far, so I'll probably stick around. Bomberoos, if you're curious. Australian Guild. I think we should probably think about, if they have this at launch, we should think about this. Guild leaders, are you watching? We should think about this. Australian Guild, beer on our crest. I mean, doi. Or the roast chicken. Roast chicken is good too. But the beer seems more Australian somehow. And then you've got bundles, which bundle things together. So that's what I've got so far. As you can see, and as I told you, absolutely zero pay-to-win stuff. And it's the likelihood of them sneaking in pay-to-win stuff at launch is zero. They've already said zero, no pay-to-win stuff, nothing. The pay-for-convenience stuff, which depending on how you want to interpret things, might be pay-to-win. By most people's standards, it won't be. That won't come until next year at the earliest. So it's at least 4 months away. At the absolute earliest, I reckon it's going to be a little bit longer than that. Because, again, like I said in the other video about the cash shop thing, it's not like it's going to turn January 1st, 2022, and they're going to cash shop it up. That's just not going to happen. Just not. So how do you feel about what's in the cash shop? We can't talk about value yet, because again, we don't know the value of these coins, but how do you feel about the stuff that's here as representative samples of what we can expect more of as the game launches? I'm pretty okay with most of it. The housing stuff and the consumable stuff make me a little bit on edge. They have to, there's a line they've got to walk there very carefully, not to piss people off. But for the most part, this is exactly what I expected, exactly what I predicted, and I'm perfectly happy with it. And chances are I will be spending real money in this game. But I'm sure we're going to have many different opinions in the chat room. Chat room? Sorry. Like I said, I spent 12 hours streaming yesterday in the comments section down below. That's where the chat would usually be, by the way. I'm using one of my Twitch overlays. The live chat would normally be there when we're doing a little talking head stuff. Thanks for watching. I am Blondie. I'll catch you next time. Thank you to the patrons, of course.